Braka, YouTube. Here we go again. Second video on the THC smokers, the ventilator inhalers, the dangers. It's my job, whether I'm in it or not, whether one want to talk about it or hear it or not, to make all lives matter and all souls saved to their own choice of ability. So we warn in all aspects. The streets is where it's at. Religion, y'all already talk about that. And so it's really not that much to introduce you to, but the safety of your children. So if you could, please pass this video along, because it's more of a safety issue than anything.
A bomb was dropped. A nuke, arguably. A massive nuke. We have something really fucking serious to talk about. Okay? A bomb was dropped. A nuke, arguably. A massive nuke. We have something really fucking serious to talk about. Okay? This article. Now, for those of you guys who don't follow me on Twitter, you probably don't know what I'm talking about here. If you do follow me on Twitter, you might have a hint of what I'm about to talk about. But it's a lot worse than my tweet alluded to, okay? So listen up, all right? The cannabis industry today was exposed, specifically the California cannabis industry. Some of your favorite brands got exposed today for having insanely high levels of pesticides in their carts. And I'm not talking about, just one or two carts failed a test, or, it was just barely over the threshold. We are talking carts that are hundreds of times over the legal threshold for testing. We are talking brands that had 25 third-party tests done on their products and failed all 25 of them, okay? We are talking major shit here, all right? This is serious. So, this morning, the LA Times dropped an article titled The Dirty Secret of California's Legal Weed. Okay, yeah, amazing day to smoke flower, but I mean, who knows what's also in the flower, right? Who actually knows what's cracking in the flower? But, the dirty secret of California's legal weed. Now listen the fuck up, folks, okay? Everyone's known for a while there's bad actors in the legal market everywhere, right? But especially California. I mean, just a couple months ago, Stizzy got exposed for backdooring and running unlicensed dispensaries. That's like a normal occurrence here in the market. Everyone forgot about that pretty quickly, right? But California brands do a lot of tricks to stay afloat, right? And I'm not saying that it's entirely the fault of the state or the brands or anyone, but California brands pull a lot of tricks behind the scenes to make money. Because with the current tax rates, it's very, very close to impossible to make a real company out of just selling weed. You have to cut corners somewhere. Some brands cut corners on packaging, some brands cut corners on marketing, some brands cut corners on the product itself, but here we have a really extreme example of cutting corners on the product itself, okay? So, let's get into it. So, we're not going to read this entire article word for word because it's very, very long. But there's a couple parts that are worth highlighting. So, this part right here. An investigation by the Times in conjunction with cannabis industry newsletter Weed Week found alarming levels of pesticides in cannabis products available on dispensary shelves across the state, including some of the most popular brands of vapes and pre-rolls. 25 of 42 legal cannabis products that the Times purchased from retail stores and had tested showed concentrations of pesticides either above levels the state allows or at levels that exceed federal standards for tobacco. Now, that's an important line. That's an important line because the regulations around pesticides in tobacco are not the same as the regulations around pesticides in cannabis.
Now, if you've been with me for a while, then you know on my Facebook, we talked about nanoparticles, pesticides, right? Turn into little robots take over your body. And I caught hell for that as usual, YouTube, because Facebook, just like you, thought I was crazy out of my mind, or high at least. All right. See, nobody teaches the word like this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say if I never heard nothing like that. But I would give you a chance because you're showing me like scriptures, you know, and like proof. So I'm gonna hit reels right here, and I'm gonna just let's see if I can bring it up. Oh man, no, maybe not here. I might have to go to my other page. Yeah, I think I'm slipping. I'm gonna go to my other page here. Y'all bear with me real quick, YouTube. Now, you heard him say the pesticides, right? Which is carcinogenic unto anybody, even your vegetables when they be spraying them. I go to the grocery store, you know? I just want to make sure everybody understands what's being said because in that little live, I did a live and it's a reel. And it's on YouTube. On Facebook, I know where to find it real quickly. Like, I got so many pages, I be confusing them, you know. YouTube, you get a little glance of what we be doing on Meta. But I like to have proof and document when the Holy Spirit made me speak about it. You know what I'm saying? And then you can see the year the video was made. You know, I'm no liar. So, you know, Woodward TV talked about this. J-Dub TV. I'm saying the true warriors out here. I believe Chief Bush hit some of these things even before me, before at least I met him. So it's like a lot of things. Elizabeth De Los Santos, and definitely she be getting them nanobots. YouTube, you better know that. Isha. I didn't say Ashura. Listen to the words. So here we go, my reels. I just got to scroll on down. Some of y'all might have already seen it. You know, it's like crazy titles, bots, and you know what I'm saying? AI crip walking in your cells. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your boy got, you know, I don't mean to be like funny. Well, I be spilling out my heart how I see it. You know, just be funny along the way. So let me see here. Something like that, you know, working up the nucleus, a cell cloning, you know, just to show you I'm not spidabbling. Right here, there's another one. All right, some of my stuff, they stopped because it was killing the 2020 agenda. And so this is why Google don't let me over there. Said so. I gotta wait for this thing to come up. We got a lot, y'all. It made me get a whole bunch of pages and so much. Pesticides. I know it when I see it. Thanks, YouTubers, for bearing with me, and Facebook people that I don't recognize your YouTube name. You know how we do it. We be named, I'm different on every goddamn on social media, but it is a godly Hebrew name where you can connect my big head. Yeah, that's that big head, Joker. So, you know, I do have an algorithm myself, a signature. It's just, you just got to know me. You can only do that through the Holy Spirit. Now, wow, how many reels we got? Jeez. I just want to pull up. There's a lady with a lab. Not her. She got like a doctor coat on. You know what I'm saying? A little scientist coat. And that's that video. That's that reel. And she's telling us they be injecticide things that take over our, you know, I'm on Google on the no such thing as clones. Just put it like that. Nah, not that. So I definitely can't play that on the YouTube. Not that lady. It's like it's talking about the sprays and the pesticides and the paints and the dyes and all of that is technology, man. We eating that technology. That's why I'm so YouTube pressing on it, you know, because you don't get to see stuff like this. Oh, is this it? Let me see now. Bam! What I tell you? I don't lie now. I know my mind, pineal gland, and the Holy Spirit.
To cause food crops to grow RNA fragments that can be specifically targeted like bioweapons to interfere with physiological processes of targeted species that might eat the food. Now, this technology is called RNA interference technology. It's relatively new compared to GMOs, relatively new. It's being touted now as a technology to eliminate the use of pesticides because what they're saying is they can cause food crops to grow RNA fragments that can be specifically targeted like bioweapons to interfere with physiological processes of targeted species.
Crip walking. There you go.
Now, this technology is called RNA interference technology. It's relatively new compared to GMOs.
See what I'm saying? I don't lie, Craig. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot to look at the timestamp. God, let me go back. That was my whole reason of going on in this joint.
To cause food crops to grow RNA fragments that can be specifically targeted like bioweapons to
Man, I forgot. The computer is way different than when I get done with the video, I'm going to go back and post it so you can see the timestamp. And I'm going to go find it on YouTube. You can see the timestamp. Y'all feel me? Your boy don't lie. All right? You should know that by now. But that's for the new folks. All right? You might think I done lost my marbles with the way that I breathe. I don't teach nobody nothing. The spirit does that. But I got to breathe the spirit. Okay? So I'm kind of out there. But when I'm out there, but I ain't out away from the Lord. That's the point.
Regulations were formed for cannabis testing. They were formed back in, I believe it was like 2017, 2018. It kind of varies by state. Around that time, right? And never updated. So, as you could guess, the companies that wanted to abuse testing standards obviously found alternative chemicals and pesticides to skirt around standards. And testing regulations have not kept up whatsoever. Where are the regulators? What do they do for a living? I don't fucking know. All right? But either way. So these contaminants included chemicals tied to cancer, liver failure, thyroid disease, and genetic and neurologic harm to users and unborn children. Now, vapes tested from 5 well-known brands had pesticide loads that exceeded federal EPA risk thresholds for harm from a single exposure. That means that if you hit that cart one time, all it takes is one hit, and you are in danger, okay? Some of the things that are tested on here are not like a one-and-done kind of thing. Some of them have high levels where prolonged exposed use could put you at risk, could potentially give you long-term health impacts. But that says that one hit could be enough to do that to you. There is no long-term use needed. Your homie passes your cart, you take one hit, you're damaged, okay? You're in trouble. Yo, Bossy, thank you for the bits. Gary Boncloud, 8 Beat, thank you for the bits. Navlinac, thank you for the bits. Listen, I'm not a news reporter, guys, but when I see stuff like this, knowing the audience I have, I feel like it's my duty to share it, okay? Take it as you will, but I feel like it's my responsibility to share this information, knowing how many of you guys are stoners, okay? So, some individual products contain as many as 24 pesticides. The findings dovetail with scores of complaints that 2 private cannabis testing labs have filed over the last 8 months, reporting pesticides and products certified by other labs as safe. Hey, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a few labs out here in California that are well known for taking money for positive test results. Like, it's open knowledge in the industry, right? If I really wanted to, I can make a food cart right now, and I know a lab that I can pay today to give me a clean test. Now, I can't name them because I'm probably going to get sued into oblivion for doing that, and that's batting out of my league. But what I'm trying to say by telling you guys that is that test results aren't always. Usually they are, and if you have a reputable lab, obviously it's science at the end of the day, but they're not always the end-all, be-all, okay? So, let's see. So, this is just explaining, like, the incentive for doing these kind of things. We already talked about that. Obviously, you save money. You use pesticides, you can get a higher yield, less risk of contamination, which requires you to...
Braca, Becca, Sexton, Daytona, Keys, War Ready, Mike Hunley.
Here's an interesting part, though.
Matthew McKenzie, Braca. Malik Golf Smith, Braca.
Available for an interview. The agency would also not release either external or internal discussions of pesticide contamination and refuse to release information on its ability to test cannabis products, saying such knowledge would encourage bad actors. This is a problem from the top down, guys. Like, I want to make it clear, I'm not sharing this with you guys to shit on the brands, although to an extent, I'm going to shit on the brands a little bit. But I'm also sharing this because this is an issue that is far bigger than just a few shitty brands. The actual government entities that are supposed to be regulating this don't know what they're doing. The people that are actually working in the industry and creating the products are running laps around regulators, bro. Regulators have no fucking idea what is going on. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about, okay? So listen, essentially the Department of Cannabis Control said, like, yeah, we're not going to say anything. We have no comment. We're not going to release any information about this. But also, they would not provide the results of pesticide tests and received from other state agencies and would not provide the safety certificates for cannabis products on the market. It also declined to say what action it has taken on at least 85 contamination complaints it has received since last fall from private labs. My 2 cents is they aren't doing shit. Now, I'm not going to say that definitively because it's not like these people are the DOJ where they're posting public reports of their big busts. But I have yet to hear of anybody getting in trouble for contaminated products. The worst thing that happens is the specific product is pulled off the shelf. That's all that happens. So let's scroll down a little bit. The agency is now scrambling to initiate California's first market test for pesticides, sending a recent email warning license holders of coming product embargoes, voluntary and mandatory recalls, and disciplinary actions. We are over halfway through a decade into this industry in California, okay? And that's just recreational. If you count Prop 215 and everything, we're over a decade into this shit, okay? This is nothing new. This is nothing new. Yet nobody has figured out how to safely regulate weed yet. So let's take a look at this. So this chart right here is showing the peak levels found in the testing done of each of these pesticides. Now, at the top here, it says the toxic peak, which is the number of times over the permitted limit. Right here, you can see that chlorphenapyr, I probably butchered that, was found over 2,000 times the legal limit. Now, what does this do? What does this pesticide do, you might ask? Well, let's look right here. It's an insecticide, and symptoms include nausea, vomiting, headache, difficulty breathing, wheezing, chest tightness.
Facebook, YouTube. Man, everywhere I go, it's noise everywhere. Now the lawnmower want to go on. But y'all know that this ain't shocking to us because when they said the FDA and the CDC was allowing certain things to slide across that they did not, you know what I'm saying, normally do, we said, uh-oh, this the start right here. You signing up to kill yourself by choice. Everything that you used to eat, you even been eating for years. Now that junk don't even taste the same no more. You bit into it one day, say, man, am I bugging? Look on the back, it say bioengineering or GMO or some boo-boo like that. Man, you in there eating up lab core 3D printing food. I said, if I don't believe in no clone, it's a 3D print. Man, stop playing with me, man. With the dictograph, you don't know what that is? That's how you take somebody's essence, what you call transhumanism, and putting somebody in the internet of consciousness. Kind of like Takeoff they were trying to do, right? Oh, yeah, the little medium lady out there, the little white lady told you about it, huh? Oh, it's okay when they do it, though. But Brother BC come out here with the Holy Spirit. I'm a devil. It's okay. Comes with the territory and the power of the Holy Spirit. I'm used to it. No shocker. So, the world don't like me, man. They ain't gonna like you either if you chilling right here with me on this YouTube. We don't do advertisements. You're gonna soon find that out. But what brought you here? No damn algorithm of bing, BC's on. Nah, it was a magnetic draw, pull. You see what I'm saying? It's called reflections, baby. Resonate to that true power. You got to find out who you are. The only way you can do that is through the Ruach Hashe. The Ruach Hashe is, how you do it? Is the breath or the actual soul image of you, the frequency, the living waters. So, all right, let's get busy.
And short-term memory loss, okay? Combustion of this chemical releases...
Oh, yeah. So you got nano for fertilizer for you to consume, carcinogenic to get sick, and to fight your pineal gland. Remember when y'all scriptures say they're going to war with God. They're going to go up to the bread of the earth. Ain't you dirt? You earth too, ain't you? You the micro or the macro, ain't you? So if there's a secret chambers in the earth that is power, same substance in the pineal gland called space, I mean, you're going to stop playing with me, right? Because that's why people take psychedelic drugs, right? Stress from trauma, or they seek the future, or try to cheat like Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? When you can just, meditate or tune in the Holy Spirit and have, proficient prophecies like this, like Iron Bush and them. And when you hear us, we didn't even know it was prophecy till we got on. Like, wait a minute. That's not what we talked about before we hit that live button. When the heck did you switch us? You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear me say that all the time. I be talking to God, man, you ain't say this. You and the Holy Mother ain't say nothing like this when we were speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fussing. I'm just saying, wait a minute. This wasn't on the table. You told me to test every spirit. We talked about this. Now you done threw this in here. That means somebody or soul done came into this platform, and what was not written became written. You understand? Like, Abraham wasn't supposed to give no tenth to Melchizedek, but God approved. That word approved. And you ain't even asked for nothing. Y'all better look at y'all scriptures, Genesis 17 again, man. You know what I'm saying? My man was so far into God, he was revealing the Leviticus priesthood. They weren't even thought of yet.
This is hydrogen cyanide and other toxic gases. You are literally smoking cyanide, okay? You are smoking poison, literal poison. Not like, oh, I might get a cough. You are literally inhaling cyanide, okay? Damn, bro, I might have to cop only gas now? Hey, buddy, all I'm saying, I promise we aren't going to give you cyanide, okay, pal? We vet our sources, okay, buddy? We don't have to cut corners because the regulators don't fuck my side.
YouTube and YouTube alone. Now I know Facebook is with me. Didn't we just ask, was it yesterday, 2 days ago? One of these little quick messages, it ain't been long. Why is the government hand in something that they was fearing all their lives, that was a gateway to unlock the mysteries and focus? You never heard of pothead terrorists. Never. Never heard of pothead rapist. Never heard of pothead murderer. All right? Because it don't do that. All right? Now, if you tap into the feminine nature and you mess with powers you don't know, like the brother said in that video, okay, well, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to end up being retard, man. You know what I'm saying? So, even the words say, guard thy heart with wisdom. So, the best way to say this, it's like eating food without saying grace. You understand what I'm saying? So, whatever you do, you must do with a pure heart. Cover thyself first. Or, boy, you're going for a wild monkey ride. No matter what it is. All right? All things are gateways. So, let's get back to this video, man. Now, he just told you they want to kill you. They want to take out the population. Don't act like you don't know. They done blew up the stones and stuff. Because they like, oh, man, that's too much evidence. 5 million people they're trying to get rid of.
Side of the market yet. I can afford to just give you a good product for a good price. I don't got to cut corners. All right, either way, back at it. In rats, it concentrated in breast milk, causing increased death of offspring. Imagine you're a pregnant mother. You're hitting your backpack boy's cart, which, I mean, to be fair, you shouldn't be doing while you're pregnant. But let's say you're Krishan Rock, okay? You're hitting your backpack boy's cart. Little do you know, your baby's got cyanide all up in his lungs. That's probably why that baby came out all fucked up, honestly. Backpack boy's carts, all right? So keep an eye on this shit, okay? Pymetrozine, another one, an insecticide prohibited in the EU, Canada, and Norway.
Johnny Blaze, Braca.
Restricted use in the U.S. It is a reproductive toxin and carcinogen. And
I know you knew it already. That's probably why I'm up here teaching on it.
It is not screened for
confirmation.
in California cannabis at all. It is not screened for in California cannabis. They don't even test for this one. They don't care. They don't know how much is in there. They don't want to know. They don't give a fuck. This is the point I'm trying to make of how far behind regulations are from the cannabis industry. Like, these people are actually doing labs, okay? So, let's continue. We've also got a few more here.
Y'all notice, right? That everywhere is recreational. Niggas looking like zombies walking down the street. They ain't got no sense. I'm in my hometown right now in Connecticut. I'm seeing this firsthand. But I seen this 10 years ago. I didn't recognize what was going on.
Rinse over these. What was I trying to say? Gloss over these? I don't even know what I was trying to say there, bro. Either way, trifloxystrobin. It's used on agricultural crops as a seed treatment. Exposure symptoms include headaches, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, and irritated eyes. If you smoke it, it also creates hydrogen cyanide. Dude, this is cooked. Rat studies showed fused bone.
Yeah, man, that's what the enemy wants us. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I call hell in the beginning. You a preacher? And I'm like, the book say, anything that yields seed of itself, you can consume. How you consume it, that's on you. And what you do with it, that's on you. I'm saying, but if you do all things with a pure heart and sober mind, that don't take control of you, whatever it is you do. God not going to say nothing to you. I don't indulge people to do these things. Or that's a red, green ticket to go out, a green light to go out. No. Guard your heart with wisdom. And don't put nothing on you that you cannot bear. If God does that, what's your problem? But that's what the enemy do. It pins us for things we have freedom for. It took away our all-seeing eye power. We called it black magic. Got the real people from there scared to even say it. Dang, that's manipulation, boy. The word in Ephesians say, obey your little masters. But they got a capital M, master, that they all got to apply to. Don't you know the laws that they put down come from God? Now, when people say, the police is shady. You shady, nigga. That's why you see it. You can't talk about nothing else. But don't forget, the law comes from God's mouth. Mouth, not thought. Mouth. That is the only thing he counterstructed and changed. Because he gave us grace. But grace was already there from the beginning. We're just catching up to understand, oh crap, there's something better than don't do, don't touch, and all of that. But that was already put in our seat with the glory, everything. That's how I know Satan, or our dumb selves that we call Satan, we took an essence of our consciousness and came down here as avatars and having a matrix experience, think this crap real and it's the virtual reality. Because how does your dream change the very essence of here? Ain't nowhere in the world this fabrication is the root of all causes. It's an effect of a cause. And because of the cause, that comes from the thought of God. That's what he breathed. God is not a cause nor an effect. He's the power over it. So when you consume cherries and tell me when I eat a cherry, just like my cousins and ancestors, I'm eating an ancestor cherry from all the way. And when I lay down at night, I get that knowledge. Okay. So consuming cannabis and the coconut plant without the chemicals and the synthetics and the highness, you can't do the same thing? Because I know you're not going to say that, because you already got your mushrooms, you already got your synthetic stuff that you copy, but you do a little twist so that people can get addicted. You know what I mean? How many times the doctor put you on something and then curse you for it? Now, I didn't ask for this, man. You the one told me that it was going to be like this. So I told them, man, don't put that crap up there unless I'm dying. for real. And that would save my life, guaranteed. It's on my medical record. Man, bullshit. When I looked at my cousin chopped up Molly, and I looked at the scientists and the medicine, I couldn't tell the difference. Color, texture. I was like, wait a minute, it's the same MDMA. The hell going on? So I did a teaching on it. And every time something very powerful comes across, they shadow ban my joint. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people out here. You ain't got no addiction problem. You was a spiritual witch hit. Some hater hated on you and paid a obia person. I'm saying, or the doctor, he's a wizard. They was called witch doctors, and they just took the witch off and then told you they take the Hippocratic oath. That's like me saying I believe liars. A hypocrite? Hypocritical? Man, the hell out of here. You can't even say that nice and mean it well. You can try to say hypocritical. That shit still sounds wicked. You see what I'm saying? Certain words put off a frequency. You can even try to spice that mug up. You still gonna see that ugly head snake. You see what I'm saying? No, this is how you got to use spiritual discernment, people. I ain't mean to get off a topic, but all things are created by the light. The thought of God and the breath of God produce forth light, love, and life. 3. The spirit, the soul, and your resurrected body. Let's continue.
Bro, imagine hitting the fucking cart and your bones are melting together.
All right, thank you already. Do that. Make sure you do that.
Think about it. All right, let's continue. We're not done yet, though. We're not fucking done yet, okay? We have 2 more chemicals on here. Bifenthonate is a miticide. I'd imagine that means like small bugs, like mites, used on a large variety of crops. Questionable developmental and reproductive toxin and endocrine disruptor. Okay, we'll leave it at questionable. That's fine. Well, sure. We'll leave it at questionable. All right. Chlorpyrifos, banned for agricultural use in 2021 and not permitted at any level. Okay? Exposure before or shortly after birth may cause persistent behavioral effects into adulthood, delays in cognitive achievement, motor control and social behavior, and lowered intelligence. Do you want to smoke tard juice, chat? Do you want to smoke special juice? Do you want to smoke the Sped Supreme? All right? Listen, we're not fucking done. We're not done. Long-term exposure associated with Parkinson's disease. Bro, my grandmother had Parkinson's. That woman could not live. She couldn't even move. She couldn't sit still without twitching, okay? Parkinson's, a disease that is pretty much eradicated at this point, right?
What Muhammad Ali had.
Listen, California cannabis regulators initially responded to those complaints with a single product recall, and in orders that remain confidential, required 3 other products be removed from store shelves. Bro. Frustrated that more was not done, Josh Schweider, the chief executive of Infinite Chemical Analysis Labs and author of most of the complaints, sent his summary of contaminated products directly to Governor Gavin Newsom and cannabis regulators. Those failing products alone represented 150,000 packages of flour, vapes, or pre-rolls for sale to unsuspecting customers. That is 150,000 people that are smoking potential cancer chemicals. And yeah, that's a good point that someone just brought up in chat, right? This is not only a California exclusive thing. If they went around nationwide and tested at dispensaries nationwide, you would find this everywhere, I guarantee it. It's just very prevalent in California because there's some of the most weed in California. We have some of the most variety and brands. There's way more bad actors out here, right? So
now, I just wanted to run that. You'll see when it goes down who that is and what channel you can go to. I am B.C.D.I. Vet Group. There it is on the bottom left-hand corner. Now, they want to kill us because they fear us. Y'all know this. This ain't nothing new. I always talk about this all the time. Y'all be with me. Whatever social media we on, we get it in. We get it on. We don't obey the world rules. We obey the Most High rules. You know what I'm saying? Now, we might get penalized or whatever by the world. It don't count in heaven. You heard? If it ain't the father and the mother's voice, man, I don't give a diddly squat about nothing else. Man, that's the only one I'm going to shake up fear if it tell me I'm in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, but I walk what I talk. And I can show you better than I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that, and we can do it again. All right? When you love do overcome death. Sickness don't have nothing to come to you by. Wickedness can't even be in the vicinity of your community, because a right one gonna pass it to the rest of everybody else that want it and make everybody Michael Jordan. Instead of trying to be Michael Jordan, and then the enemy double team you and kill you, then the rest of the body is slew. Sorry, not here. Everybody got what I got, and I'm gonna push them to go greater. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my job. If God raised me greater than what I'm supposed to, oh well, he'll rain it down on me. Like the song, rain down on me, let your love shower me, just rain on. You gotta be a certain type of age, youngster, know what I'm talking about. That's an old school song right there. Your mamas and your grandmas and aunties and uncles know what I'm talking about. All right, that's real love. You know what I'm saying? Not this old city girl and teaching little girls to jump on their lap. No, that was a certain frequency that you put out there. You talked about stuff that you went through for the next generation to watch and learn and skip, like I just said, and push them greater than what you did. You know what I'm saying? I come from that generation. That's why I am the way I am. It wasn't easy for them to get this installed into me. You know what I'm saying? Some of them didn't even get to live to see it as in the flesh, but they still see it as I'm enacting it on this earth. I just don't got the satisfaction of understanding fully what I just said. I do understand, but for my flesh body, it don't comprehend that. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you get outside yourself. That's true walking by faith, because there's nothing in this universe as far as the string theory after the atoms of the subatomic particles that could even give you an understanding of the power of the kingdom, because I do believe it says we cannot even fathom what he has. Now, when you read that, I want you to read that from a Holy Spirit, which is the thing that reveals all secret mysteries. But it too has a limit. I bet you it ain't told you something you can fathom in heaven unless you was already sitting there. That's why me, Bush, other people, Yuda, Straight, we talk about what thrones. See, they was talking about a Messiah coming, God coming in the flesh. They couldn't fathom that. You think for one John Brown minute that Messiah told us that we are just like him. To be just like him mean what? We are the creators from the beginning. We were the ones speaking to Abraham as the Holy Spirit. We was the menorah or the angel or Gabriel or whatever. We was the body. Christ was the head. Understand, the word is just a head. It's consciousness. That's why your pineal gland don't need to be discalcified. That's why your pineal gland need to be exercised to move matter. Okay? That's what you call prayer, meditation, and fasting and supplication. Yeshua fasted for 40 days. You think he was running his mouth? Yeah, right. He was silent like a monk. And boy, when he got past that, him and Moses both were doing things me and you wish to do if we don't have the faith to manifest it. You heard me? Now that's real for your butt right there. So don't be going knowledge and book. That I don't do stuff like that. I say bring your narrow ass outside and we'll see which one of us can move the cosmic air. And it's called Prince of the Air, where air comes from a mouth, doesn't it? That's what I thought too. So we're going to see who has the source. And just because I call out a certain vocabulary name of that source don't make it the Dundada. God say anybody in any nation that hear my vibration, I will make you my nation. All right? And tell them Hebrews teach it right, man. Stop out here with this polygamy. Stop out here with this fakery. Stop out here pointing the fingers, talking about Christians and Muslims, and you know different than the white man that you hate. But it's yourself, and you shadow throwing. They don't like it. But hey, I'm here to tell the truth. I'm not here for people to like me. All right? I stand by what I breathe. I don't teach nobody nothing. Again, that's the spirit job. All I got to do is make sure I'm the Autobot into his presence and authority by the Holy Mother. Nothing else matters to Brother BC. Ishe. Shalom. Braka. Eldris, Janice, Clark. That's right. Old school. I don't know no other way, man. New school scaring me right now. I never thought I'd say that. Braka, everyone.